Hey, how you doing? Welcome to J&J's Maintenance and More. And it's called that because I'm going to do maintenance on a old Traxxas T-Maxx, which this is my third video. So if you find this helpful, go back and look for the other ones that I have up, the two before this one. I've done automobiles, engine rebuilds, outdoor hunting stuff. So I just put a whole bunch of anything up here that I enjoy doing, and things that I might be able to help some people, learn or do. So if this is helpful to you, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications button. I've done 2 videos before this with the disassembly of this truck. If you think that they might help you, or if you like it, go back and check those out too, if you would. What I'm basically doing is going through, and this thing, if you haven't seen the other videos, this thing was last ran in 2009. It was ran in the desert in Bahrain in 2008 for a whole year, and it came home. I run it a little bit at home when I got back in 2009, but it's just crusty, and it was never really looked at when I got home. It's desert sand and nitro. So what I decided to do in my spare time is take it all apart, see what's broken, see what needs to be fixed, and actually try to get this back running again. And then I can take it to my grandkids, and me and the grandkids, I got a couple grandkids and great-grandkids that are coming up now that would just really enjoy playing with it. So we'll get it running. So far I found some stuff. This, if you look right in here, this is cracked. These axle shafts, all 4 of those, they're gone now. They're trash. They were just totally trash. So far the front end feels pretty good. I'm debating right now on whether to change them out, because even though they feel good right now, if you look at this side bearing in here, it's pretty rusty. These back here, they just feel really good though, so I may not put new ones in right now. I might just let these roll. But things like this that I found that are cracked, that's gonna go. I'm gonna try to get some new screws and put new screws in here where all these ones have been rusted out, and so on and so forth. Fuel tank might need to be replaced. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull these shocks off of here. I'm going to pull this back section off with the shocks out. I'm going to pull that all in one piece for right now. The first thing I'll do is get rid of the bolts on the shocks at the lower end of the shocks. And I'll take those 4 out and just lift that whole piece out of the way for now. And then I can work on getting new screws and stuff in it later on down the road. And I'll do the same on the front. So while I'm taking this apart, for any of you guys and gals out there that are just made a reservation to go do some camping with our RV, but so that's in my head. But for any of you RC enthusiasts out there, Traxxas enthusiasts in particularly, if you have a Traxxas and you've gotten rid of the 2.5 or the 3.3 engine and dropped in a different engine that was basically a drop-in engine, that the easy start and everything just it bolted right up to the motor mounts, and you rolled with it. And I would appreciate you dropping in the comments what that you've used, how you like it, how hard it was to install, because I'll be honest with you, although these T-Maxx engines they run pretty hot, and I think they run pretty good, but they're hard to tune, and they run really hot. So if there's anybody out there has suggestions for when I get to the point of putting this back together, what you would use for an engine instead of the Traxxas engine, I'd really love the input. I've looked at a few. Some are really expensive, some are not so expensive. You read reviews, and I read a lot of good reviews about this like $125 engine, but then I read, half a dozen not so good reviews about the same one, and I just don't know what to do with them. So I'd like to see some input here on what you guys out there that are watching this may have put in or know of that people have put in, and I can take the info and do a little research on it, so when I'm ready to go back together, I can do the research on the different engines that y'all might recommend and go with them. See, decide if I want to put a Traxxas engine back in it or go with the aftermarket one. It's amazing how intricate that these cars can be. Even to work on them, it's not just a real quick take this apart, take that apart, and you're done when you break stuff, that's for sure. And then this was just this stuff here, the rust and the sand and the goop that's on this thing, that's my own fault. I ran it right up till the day I was leaving Bahrain, and basically the day they were coming to pack stuff up, I threw it in a box, and I emptied the fuel, threw it in a box, and shipped it home. And then it sat here till I got home and got situated, which I got home in like February of 2009. It probably sat here till the summer of 2009, and I broke it out and ran it a little bit, and then set it back up on a shelf, and it sit there. It was just definitely neglect on my part that made this truck get as bad as that it is. So we're gonna clean it up, fix it up, get it running, hopefully get a new engine in it, and then we'll start taking care of it the way I did when I was in the desert with it. It's crazy. When I was running it in the desert, it was like you got done with it every day. You got done with it every day, and you went home, you took it all apart, and you cleaned it all up and made it all nice and spiffy for the next run. And then this happened where I just got lazy. Got home, had work. It just really no excuse for it. So I'll get these last couple of bolts here out of the way and pull these shocks and springs out of the way. I believe is all that I need to do. Take a couple more things apart. Alright, so we got this out of the way for right now. These are the things that we're going to be deciding on what to do. We got to eventually take all these take all these screws out, clean everything up, put new screws in everything. But for now, I'm just going to set this off to the side. Till we're ready to do that. I want to get it all apart, decide what's going to be reused and what's not. So we set these over here. The next thing that I'm going to do, which I'm not going to throw it up there on this video right now, is I'm going to go ahead and I'll get these tie rod ends off of here. I'll get the upper and lower control arms out of here. I'm going to leave the rear end and the rear end bracket on there for the time being. These are in horrible condition on the bottom. If you can see in here, these things have been scraped hard. But man, I tell you, we had a blast racing these things in the desert. So, I'm out for today. I hope that this does you some good. I hope you're enjoying the videos. And like I said, if you find this one interesting, go in, check out the other two. This is the third, or the other one. Yeah, this is, I believe this is my third video that I've put up. So, yeah. So check out the other two and see what that I did to get the rest of it apart, what it looked like before I took it apart, and you'll be amazed. And I hope to see you on the channel at a later date. Thanks and for checking it out, and we'll see y'all later.